Hey folks, welcome back to George Does Stuff. If you saw one of my more recent videos, I had a sneak preview of this knife. I actually went into my Amazon records to see the model of this. This is the HOKC Cougar. This knife is insane. I will actually read the definition of this knife taken straight from Amazon. Large and rugged knife, pocket knife, EDC knife by official dealer, designed by Russian master Alexander Biryokov. It is a liner lock, G10 handle, innovative opening mechanism. We will get into that. I believe they're talking about this fella right here. Ceramic double row ball bearing opening system, ambidextrous thumb stud. Just for the record, there's no thumb stud on here, so oops. Comfortable pocket clip. If gigantic industrial pocket clips are your thing, yeah, it's very comfortable. Long and durable D2 stainless tool steel, satin finished, ideal for camping or hunting. Sure, why not? Because the only reason why I'm cynical about that is because this knife, I think, weighs about 35 pounds. It is a wonderful disaster of a knife. It truly is. I will throw the DEMS up there. Bing! But I really want to dive deep into this knife because this knife is just completely psychotic. One of the reasons why I purchased this knife is that from the initial picture, I thought this was a flipper. I thought this little button here was part of the blade, and you push it and the blade come out. Well, that's not what this do. This does not do that. This is not part of the blade at all. This, let's see if we can see in there. I'll see if I can get us in there. This is just little piece that's attached to the spine of the back of the knife, and it just, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it just boing, 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 boing. It doesn't flip the knife. It assists in the flip of the knife. So if you have a motion, let me back out here a little bit. So if you push it while you swing it, it can assist you in opening this knife. And this is a very, very big knife. This knife open is bigger than 10 inches. This is a colossal knife. So it's kind of scary swinging this thing around. So with a little bit of practice, you can actually push that enough to break the detent. By the way, the detent on this is nothing. You can open this without pressing any buttons because the blade's so heavy it breaks the detent by itself. So that's fun point number one. This Bizzare, I don't know what the Russian knife master was thinking when he put this on here. So that's weird thing number one. We're going to get into it. Weird thing number two, and I kind of hinted at this in my mini review of this knife. When making a knife, whether you're a Russian knife master or any country, I don't want to badmouth Russia on this particular issue, flathead screws are not the securing mechanism of choice. We live in a century now where there are a multitude of different types of screws that you can use. You can use Allen keys, you can use Phillips heads, you can use Torx like they did along here. But flatheads are the worst of all the different fastening mechanisms you have because these are more inclined to strip out than any other design on earth because there's not enough areas of points of contact. Just one, terrible, god awful. And then these, I'm going to see, I have my tools here. Let me see do I have a T6 in here? I don't even think I have a T6. I have a T8. These are definitely not T8s. So these are at a minimum T6s, and they may be even smaller than that. These things are tiny. They're absolutely infinitesimal. And I mean, this is a huge knife. To have screws this small, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I mean, this thing is just, it literally is like they had somebody design this and that. Like nobody talked to each other. This is a Franken knife design that has been designed by 5 different people. So we have flathead screws. We have Bizzare World push button thing. We have a mixture of the world's smallest torque screws with the world's dumbest flathead screws. And then the other thing is that they're not done with opening mechanisms. It's also a front flipper. And believe it or not, for somebody like myself who is terrible at the front flipper, because of the length of this knife, it's actually extremely easy and smooth, I should add. This knife is very smooth. It has a really, really good action. It is very smooth and very easy to open with the front flipper. I mean, it is super easy. And for me, a guy who's terrible at it, and the problem I have with most flippers is that because of the way my hands are built, whenever I go in there, I always get poked right here. It kills me. So I hate using front flippers. But this guy, you can see how much further it hangs past my palm. So it's not an issue at all. This thing is super easy to open. Also, I wanted to say that I love the blade shape on this knife. It is great. It has a very minute or any sharpening choil at all. But the blade shape itself is really, I think it's really nice. It's got a nice little kind of swedge here. It's got this fuller. It's got a little, we'll call it a finger hole. We'll get into that in a minute. It's a non-recurve, has a nice little belly, super long, super pokey. It's a great blade shape. This is a really, really good blade shape. It's got jimping here. It has actually functioning jimping. The jimping there is very good. There's not a lot of it, but there's enough. You can get in here if you need to and do a little front choil. It's a little bit scary than it really is. It's actually not that bad because that really is open for put your finger in there. It's a very, very comfortable. Generally, bigger knives are going to be very comfortable because there's so many ways to manipulate them to put in your hand to where you can find a comfortable spot if you're having trouble. I actually cannot feel that clip at all. So they're right. It's actually very comfortable. As big and as gargantuan as it is, it actually, for my hand, is very, very comfortable. So we're up to basically 2 ways of deployment. We have our front flipper. We have our doozy watching. You can use the thumb holes. I was going to lie and tell you that I had trouble using the thumb holes, but that would be lying because as you can see, it's really easy. So yeah, you can get in there with your finger and open it up. And the great thing about this knife, because it's so big, I mean, once you get past a certain point, you can just flick it. It's just leverage is 100% on your side. But the other thing is that for whatever reason, I guess it's the bearings or the fuller, and of course I don't do it. Well, typically I can reverse flick this knife, even as big as it is. Typically, there we go. Typically I can reverse flick it. My hand's I'm holding it in a kind of a weird position to be on camera, but yeah, I mean this knife it has basically 4 deployment methods. It has this, and reverse flick. I mean, of course, you can always spider. Oh, geez, there was 0 resistance in that. But you can, open it that way if you'd like. You can obviously 2-hand it very easy. It's buttery smooth, and there's the teensiest bit of blade play up and down, none side to side. So that's kind of odd. But yeah. There's your detent ball. It's just this microscopic little ball in there for a knife that's, freaking almost 11 inches long when it's open. I do like this kind of finger guard design. I mean, even if you have gigantic hands, this is going to be a comfortable knife to hold. And my hands are, I think, a solid medium. They're fat, but I don't think they're particularly large. And I find this knife very comfortable any way I try to hold it. There's some jimping down here, which I don't know why. And I just noticed upon doing the review in real time. By the way, it's a liner lock. If I didn't mention that, I believe there's some skeletonization in there. It looks like there's a little bit, maybe not a lot. But yeah, it doesn't matter because this knife's heavy as hell. I'm sure I put the dims up. If I haven't, I'll put them back up, or I'll put them up. But this knife is not light. But it's so big that the weight is distributed throughout the knife, so it's not that bad. But I'm just noticing how wide this knife gets. It starts off really nice and thin here, and by the time you get to the butt, it's like, bwah! So baby has got back. Absolutely. That's quite the booty on that knife. The clip is not reversible, which is probably good because I think you'd have to call an engineering company to remove this thing. It's got standoffs and dual clips, but I've carried this knife, and I think it works really well. I like that the lip design on that. Everything's nicely rounded off. So as disturbing and industrial as this looks, it doesn't carry the way it looks. It actually carries very well, and it's relatively slim in profile. But I mean, when you put this knife in your pocket, you know you have something in your pocket. I mean, this is the kind of knife you use to impress the ladies. You know what I mean? This thing's it's a big knife. So let's go ahead and do a size comparison. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Now the pressure's off. I can do it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, but I can't zoom in too much because this thing's so big it's going to be out of frame. There we go. That should work. And so let's start off with Old Faithful here. Got the old PM2, which may look like a PM3 compared to this knife. We got I did this comparison on my other videos, I think, but so here it is against the Native. I mean, the Native is, just a little bit bigger than the blade on this knife. This knife is really, really big. Let's see what else we got here. We can do some stuff to exaggerate. Here is a Artisan Cutlery Clio, which I believe is actually the same length as the blade on this knife. Here's I believe it's the Massillon. I can't remember the model number. This is one of my favorite little knives for opening boxes. And you can see how it's like a B-52 in a couple fighter jets, Let's do something a little bit less silly in comparison here. We will take out my QSB Penguin, which I love and I'm afraid of because it's so sharp. We will take out the full-size Kaiser Militao, and this thing is just, I think you guys are getting the picture. Let's see, the last knife I want to take out is my full-size Iridium, because this knife always surprises me how big it is. And even that knife it has nothing on the Cougar. So that being said, as wonky as this knife is, and I believe this knife, let me see, I should have the page open. And I'll flash the price up here as well. Hello, work with me, phone. This knife is currently $64, and I would go as far to say that just for the novelty of this knife, it's worth having for $64. And so far, the heat treat on this seems very good, and that brings me to my last subject. And I actually touched on this in my mini review when I was doing all my Hawk knives. I'm very proud of this knife because this is the first knife that I ever hand sharpened using the Sharpening Kurosawa stones. You've seen them in other people's videos. These are they're splash and go stones. On Cedric and Ada, he uses them, and a couple of other YouTubers use them. I think Outdoor 55 uses them as well. And they're the ones that are like the 1000 is orange, the 2000 is green, and the 5000 is pink purple. And they have a bunch of other size grits that you can get on them. But anyway, so that's why I used to sharpen this. It was relatively sharp, but it had a very uneven edge. And I already did a cutting demonstration, but I'll do another one. I did another video. I apologize if you didn't see it. So, I mean, this thing is, I mean, that's for a 5.5 inch blade. And I mean, that's one of the reasons why I love D2 is D2 is if you want to learn how to sharpen, particularly hand sharpen, I would say start off with the D2 knife, because D2 it just seems very open to taking an edge. And that is for a absolute novice of hand sharpening. It's a testament not only to the stones, but also to this knife. Just the geometry of it lends very well to, you know, going through the stones and working it. And absolute pleasure. And as a result, as weird and wonky as this knife is, as the very mixed fasteners and the uneven, you know, the size of this and the bizarre opening method and all that stuff, I love this knife. it is a contradictory knife to it. It contradicts itself in many ways, but I like it and I recommend it. $64. If you want to carry basically a folding machete or a butcher knife, whatever you want to call it, I mean, a 5-inch blade is really, really big. Buy it. $64, you won't regret it. I like it. So even if you just buy it to practice sharpening with, I think it's a good buy. So anyway, that's it. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If not, I hope you're entertained, and I will talk to you soon.